Take it to the next level. next level.
Greetings, my fellow tokers, jokers, and smokers. My moniker is Chef Rodney, and I was born for sarcasm. Cooking, writing, and smoking a really good amount of cannabis, are some of the things that I like the most. But my true passion, y'all, on some meaningful discussions with some of the most influential movers and shakers in the cannabis industry today. Let's find out who they are, what they do, where they came from, where they're going, and what we can expect from them from henceforth on. We at the Daily Chronicles have created 5 W's in an effort to give you guidance. Because let's face it, who doesn't like a W every now and then, considering everything we got going on in the world today? You feel me? Exactly. So without any other further ado, y'all, let's get into the show. Oh, side note, please stick around to the end of the show for 30-second philosophy. Let's make that the strongest muscle in your body, put it to some work, open your mind, or don't. That's totally cool. Either way, it's the Deliciously Dope's Daily Chronicles coming at you. And we're back with yet another episode of the Daily Chronicles. I'm the host with the most, Chef Rodney. What's the topic today, y'all? BrainJerk Entertainment. Let me take you guys back to not so long ago. I'm thumbing through things on the interwebs, checking the daily, social media. Smoking weed, of course, as I always do, and I come across a show very similar to what I'm doing, but these guys had something about them. This BrainJerk Entertainment. So the more that I started to tune into the show, momentarily in that time, I really felt this entrancing pull to these gentlemen and into their lives, into their perspective of the world, and anyone who knows me knows that is just something I gotta do it. I gotta do it. It's that pull, right? So the more that I learned about Mr. T-RUPP and host Josh, well, they're both hosts, I want to tell you that. And then there's some, co-host, I want to say Kayla, excuse me, I forget her name. She's so important. She just wasn't on the show this morning, guys. Every morning, 10 a.m., check it out. You know what I'm saying? They have an amazing kind of wake and bake show. They have the Earth Dweller of the Day. Today it was the Red Panda. Yo, I didn't know that red pandas were carnivorous. Do you know that shit? Those cute, cuddly little bastards. Don't bite me. But, again, it's not about me, and it's not about the red pandas, although I would want it to be. It's about BrainJerk boys. What's happening, y'all? Cheers. Welcome to the show. Oh, I have you fucking muted. Sorry. Let's try that again. Welcome back, guys. How's it going?
What's up, man? It's going great, dude.
Oh, it looks great, man. It looks great. Like, I caught you off guard. Luckily, I fucked it up though with muting the mic because you guys are like, I
was drinking water.
That's how it's. Yo, my girlfriend, she makes sounds for everything. It's funny you should mention that. And she makes, when I go, wait, honey, what was that sound? She goes, the ruffles, the sound that ruffles make. I was like, they do not make that sound. I've never heard Ruffles make a mating call of whatever bird that was. I
see her. I do a lot of sound effects for my daily life. Like if I see like a beautiful booty, I'm like,
fair enough, and that's fine. I love that.
I just think about it. And And make the
Make
sound.
us exactly. Put a little bit of thought into it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something with ruffles and it doesn't sound like this, then it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
You're
I
right.
kind
Not
of
a mating call of a bird, like
Yeah.
It's definitely not caw-caw.
no.
Yeah.
Caw-caw!
Ruffles.
Either someone's in trouble, we have to run away, or there's ruffles about. Like one of the three. Wait for the pre-sending call. Guys, I have that THC infused Kool-Aid.
I was just gonna say, what are you sipping on?
What flavor is it?
Listen,
Looks Purple to me.
it's Z juice. It's called Z juice. My buddy makes it and gives it to me. And he's Chef Scott. He is one of the best people.
Shout out Chef
infusionists.
Scott.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna have him on the show. I actually want to get y'all some of his drink. What flavor you guys want? He's got Tang. You guys remember that shit?
I remember
Tang, yep.
Y'all want
I
some
bought
Tang?
that
I'll
about
get you some
2 years
Tang.
ago.
All I know is
Shit.
about that poontang, dude.
That Pone Tang. We need to.
Smell what the rock is
Mhm.
cooking.
Poontang.
I read a thing about why The Rock was called The Rock.
Oh yeah, tell me.
Yeah. I don't remember,
Remember?
it, but I read it.
Well, that happened.
He was kind of like, it was like one of those things where like you're flipping through and then it's like a little bit of a narration and then it's a video of him kind of responding to said comment and he's just kind of like, if you think that, then don't be a fan of mine. Like that's literally what he said, more or less words. But I was just like, yeah, do that. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure his dad or grandpa's name was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I absolutely do think that.
I'm not
a huge wrestling fan.
That's what I was just
but-
gonna say. I'm not extensive in my knowledge of
You know-
wrestling, but
Or maybe it was the shape of his head.
What? What
I don't
you
know,
say?
man. I don't know. I'll have to ask one of our producers.
When you, Rodney.
One of our producers is one of the biggest wrestling fans I've ever met in my life because one of his cast members on the show that he's on always wears a wrestling shirt on his Instagram. And some people were hating on that. They're like, yo, what the fuck, man? Do something about the show. And he's like, no, this is my personal Instagram. This is what I'm choosing to share with y'all. If you don't like it, fuck off.
yep.
That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Change the channel.
It's like I tell everybody, we do this for us,
Mm-hmm.
and it just so happens that you relate, that you like what we're talking about. But overall, everything we do is because we want to do it, because we love to do it. We want to show off these animals because we want to learn about these animals,
Yep.
or these plants, or whatever the hell we're doing. The earth dwellers, you know. We want to learn about this new music that we're spotlighting every morning, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, I put most of those on my playlist. And I listen to it every day. If I vibe with it, then I'm in there.
well,
So-
somebody one time was like, "Oh, your intro music is too long," you know. I was like, "Well,
No,
here's my
it's not.
thing. One, it's for me. Two,
Yeah.
if you think my intro music's too long, then obviously you're not watching even the whole show."
I want
So-
to I want to scroll this at the bottom. You guys do the show every morning at 10 a.m., right?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool, cool.
and you were right. It's Kayla. Kayla's our co-host
Yep.
in the morning.
I
He was
knew
at school this morning.
I figured as much. I know that there's a good reason and stuff like that. Being a new listener to the show, it's an amazing show. Seriously, like the premise you guys have, it's so simplistic yet at the same time, like fucking. There's a huge place for it now. You understand? There's a huge place for that eradication of the stigma via education of entertainment. That's the way that I look
Yep.
at it.
Yep.
I love it, man. And then the cool thing is like.
Educational, entertaining, all in the same bowl.
Exactly.
That's our
With a little
slogan.
bit of sarcasm sprinkled in,
Yeah.
like fuck. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
I bring
that's the point of it, y'all. You know, we're trying to eradicate the stigma that should have never been there. But at the same time, I'm going to fucking say this. I'm actually glad that it was, because if it wasn't, then I really wouldn't have much of a reason to be doing what I'm doing now. You feel me? I guess I could about cooking, but nobody really wants to hear about that toxicity. I would rather, like Joe Rogan said, hear a story about a man who fucked his life up and turned his shit around versus any kind of other underdog story you could give me.
That's
You know,
fast.
That's
so,
what I'm looking for.
and that's my point. That's why I'm doing the show, y'all. To be real with you, to give you that, like, because I know you've had questions. You're like, what is the show? I don't know yet. I'm forming this because I am that fucking asshole. I am that asshole that, you know, we're talking about wage gaps right now, basically, in kitchens and all of that, and no one wants to work versus this and that and the other. It doesn't matter politically how you look at it. The system is fucked, okay? It has been for years. Us cooks, us chefs, us restaurant workers have been screaming this for fucking years. Ain't nobody want to listen. They would just fire you and fill your position with someone doing it cheaper. That's not okay. That's exploitation. Of course, you're going to lose your restaurant, you know, come COVID, if that's how you handle business. That being said, I was an alcoholic for a very long time. You know, I had a lot of substance abuse. I was a chef, you know, and so that's why I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try and kind of, you know, tell my story so I can try and save or help. Or
something tells me you were an angry alcoholic too.
Yeah. The Irish whiskey, man. The Irish whiskey.
Chefs, it's something about angry alcoholic chefs, you know?
So let me tell you what it is about anger in the kitchen, okay? You get to a point where you get frustrated with yourself because you don't have a chance to learn, slow things down, if you will.
Because you're work. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a work to life ratio, and there's no life. That's just work and dedication. Now, at the same time, we cannot forget the blood that has been paid, the sweat and the tears, you know, for this career. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? And I've put everything that I've ever had into cooking. You know what I'm saying? And it almost killed me. And still I'm sitting here going, yo, hang on though. It wasn't the beast knows to bite you when it's backed into a corner, and that's what it did. I tried to make it my bitch, and it almost killed me. You know what I'm saying? And so cannabis kind of turned my life around, and there's a huge market for that. There's a lot of people in the same fucking boat. You know what I mean? With writing in some magazines and just trying to get like my perspective out there, I'm absolutely in love with it. Then I was like, am I doing the right thing though? Should I go back to, you know, what should I do from henceforth on? Then I saw your fucking ass on the show, T-Rupp, just sitting there going, listen, it was 421, I think it was, because you guys had just celebrated 420, and you were so fucking stoned still from the night before of whatever you did. I was like, if this motherfucker can, I was like, if this motherfucker can wake up every morning and, you know, strap those boots and step to the line, I can do the same fucking thing. And so, man, thank you for that. Seriously, like, you were like, no, I got this. Don't turn off the camera. Let's just keep going. And that made me fucking like, you know.
Well, and
We signed up to do this. Get up and fucking do it, dude.
Yep.
If I hold myself accountable to that, it makes me feel a little bit more special at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And my thing with T-Rupp is, well, why we started this, why I started this it was supposed to be a cartoon, but we couldn't do cartoons. You know, we don't know how to draw.
We can't draw.
We got tons of ideas. We got tons of ideas. We just can't draw.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what can we do now? And this dude has one of those I fell and now here I am coming back story. Yep. And I want the world to know that.
Yep.
It's like this dude was almost dead at one point. So that's what that was important to me, to show his story. Like, hey, tell everybody you need people to relate. People, you aren't alone. So in a way, I was trying to guide him to more people that are going through the same shit. And now it's built a community and it's therapy for T-Rupp at this point.
Yeah, and it helps me not have to take psych meds for the PTSD and everything that goes on. So I mean, the more I do it, the better I feel.
Absolutely. And not to steal the shine from that, because it's a bright light, my sir. It's a bright light. I would like to share a little bit about something. No one knows this about me, so I'm going to go ahead and share this about you guys live here. Here you go. I have tried to kill myself a few times in my life. You know, you look at the poverty that I threw myself into from being an alcoholic, the things and the choices that I've made in my life. You know, I felt very just beaten down. You know, there was no escape. Work wasn't getting better. You know, the shifts were getting longer. The days were growing colder. You get the idea. Substance abuse only made me more broke.
Yep.
And I remember one night I talked to a friend of mine, a coworker, and I was like, yo, can you get me like a bottle? I just need a whole script. She was like, oh, what? What? This isn't hard. And it's stupid easy to get drugs that can kill you on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in a motherfucking restaurant, y'all. So here I am. Middle of the shift, just pop, pop, pop. I didn't care. I figured I'd die in this kitchen. That's where I wanted my life to end. I was so fucked up. I made it through the shift. I don't know how. Maybe it's all that culinary training. Maybe it's just my will to live. I don't know. Made it through that shift. That same person took me home and she's like, you're not looking to, how many have you eaten? And then she noticed that I ate damn near the whole fucking bottle and I was slowly going into a coma. If it wasn't for her, like trying to like get me to puke and gag me and shit, and then I puked, you know, I just started puking. She got me to the hospital. No one knows about this except for her and my medical records. She kind of nursed me back to health in her apartment for the next few days. Work fired me, don't worry about it. You know, they replaced me 12 hours later. Getting my last check from them was very awkward. Walked through their entire restaurant to the office, and they did it on purpose. They wanted to show everybody, hey, this is what an addict looks like. This is what this job will do to you if you follow in his footsteps. They wanted it to look like you have found Shangri-La, and that what we give to you, what little payment we give to you, is perfect. And the choices that you make, hey, that's all your own fault. No matter the toxic environment here. And the fact that we demand 60 hours from you and a master's degree for $15 an hour. Now, it's interesting. They set the bar so high, and that's like, what you have to achieve for? It almost killed me, okay? After she kind of nursed me back to health, she literally was like, I can no longer talk to you, and I've never seen her again. I can't say thank you to this person. Because the last I found out, she moved across the country. I hope she's happy. I really do. And I just want to say thank you to her. She's not here. Now, you want to talk about abandonment issues? You want to talk about imposter syndrome? You want to talk about, like, regret? A chef's life ain't easy. An easy life isn't a chef's life. We pick the hard shit because we want to challenge ourselves. At the end of the day, I've got to impress me first before I even worried about you motherfuckers. You feel me? That's the way I see it. That's the way you motherfuckers are, and I vibe that.
That's fucking dope.
You feel me? Like, that's what it is. I'm here for a reason. I'm sardonic for a reason. I'm a salty, maniacal fucking asshole for a reason. But at the same time, that reason is to help keep that kid's head fucking clear so he don't even think about doing what I did. At the same time, smoke as much fucking weed as you want. It ain't gonna make you do any of that. You're just gonna have a great fucking time. And that's why we here, boys, right? That's why we here.
You might pack on a few pounds.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Listen, I got you. You ready? Are you ready? I got you. It's not a beer belly. It's a fuel tank for a sex machine.
That's the truth, though.
That's the truth, but it hides my dick really well.
Yes. Yes. You're like, you want to see a magic trick?
Where'd it go?
If I sit up like this, it's 80.
His pee-pee's gone.
Oh, fuck.
Disappear.
Oh, fuck.
It's a trick only some of us
This conversation should be illegal. It's fucking great. You said anything great is illegal. So, but fellas, tell me a little bit more. Sorry about that, all that bullshit. Let's move on. Let's be, here we go. Tell me a boat. Sorry, I was thinking about Canadian. Sorry. Yep. Tell me about BrainJerk Entertainment. Where did it come from?
Ooh, shit. We were on a long red bus, and we were talking about how we could make a fucking cartoon really easy about like some of the stories that we have a big group of friends,
right?
And they all have weird stories, and we've been the observers of these stories and shit. And
I
we were
want
just-
to. I want to point out one friend that I've grown to love over the course of knowing you guys, and that's Masshole.
Yep.
Oh, that's a new friend. Of
That's a
ours.
new friend, and he's awesome.
He
He's
is
fucking awesome.
He is. He was on Pillar Talk, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yep,
Oh
yep.
yeah, he came out. He came from Massachusetts to come see us, and we had a good old time. We had a grand old time with him. He's like
So-
everybody's uncle, bro.
He does look like that. Not necessarily uncle, but the uncle that has the good weed.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
he
mean?
looks like. So, yeah, it's just like I was drawn to him,
That's
dude.
what-
Well, yeah, but at the same time, you're drawn to him because you're curious. You're like, how is that person so chill? Like that wavy vibe about them. But at the same time, like with the war on drugs, you were told to stay away from that person, and other parents are like, listen, you
His
smoke
laugh.
fucking weed, stay away from the kids. You know what I mean?
For me, it's his laugh. He's a real person.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's he has struggles. He goes through ups and downs just like everybody else. But that when he laughs, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Just like when T-Rup laughs, that makes me so happy. You can't help
does.
but get happy yourself.
So here's the thing. Okay, if we ever are on a show and we have the studios and all this stuff, if you put in my monitor at the end of my joke is a laugh track, T-Rup's laugh, I will feel as though my jokes have landed. You feel me?
That's why
It's just like that's all I need.
we just made that Earth Dweller of the Day song, right? So whenever I play
That's
that,
fire, by the way.
I cannot help but laugh. And
Mhm.
T-Rup starts laughing, it makes me laugh even harder.
Yeah, and then we're fucked. And then I'm trying to do the Earth Dweller.
2
And
days
it's
in a
so
row.
fucking hard.
2 days in a row we played it, and 2 days in a row it's so hard to come out of it.
It is. It's a hard one. Dude.
Crying.
And I'm trying to state facts, and everybody's commenting about this crazy, stupid song that we made. And I'm like, dude, quit reading the fucking comments. I got some good facts about the red panda.
It's such a good song though. Like it's
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yo, if someone out there, like, famous, backwards named alcohol, finds that song and steals it and makes millions off of it, I'm gonna remember this moment. I'm gonna
Yeah.
remember this moment.
Go
When-
copyright it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You better. It's
Yeah.
fucking. I'm telling you, it's fire. Not that person would steal anything. That's not what I was saying. I was just trying to paint a picture.
Just in case.
Just in case. Don't sue me. You ain't gonna get shit if you do. So I mean, guys, go ahead if you want. You can't really take more from me.
Right.
I left my weed back at rock bottom. I had to go back and get it. So I mean, there's that. So
Right.
Just make sure when you fucking are climbing out of there, you fill it up.
exactly. And I guess your gas
That's
tank
what
as
I've
well,
learned.
because there's a gas shortage right now. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know about.
I don't know nothing about that, but
I don't talk about politics or religion, so I'm not gonna get
I
into
feel
that.
No, I feel that. I'm just saying when I woke up and I saw that in the news, all I could do was shake my
Keyword
head.
was politics in that sentence.
I feel that. I'm right there with you, man. I think that the world needs a little bit more anarchy.
I think the
But
world
that's my
needs
Loki
love.
complex. Sorry,
Needs
you know what I
fucking
mean?
Love.
Hmm?
Just everybody needs to give everybody a hug,
Dude,
man.
if
That's
everybody
true.
treated each other the way they wanted to be treated,
That's
this
true.
whole fucking world would be fantastic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, like I treat people it's like it's I call it like personal, like persona reflection is the way I look at it, okay? So if I treat you with a little bit of sarcasm, it could be, you'll get it back. Unless you're of Asian descent and sarcasm is not in your language, a little awkward. We'll get past it though. My point is like, I do that to people. Instead of like kind of firing it back and be like, yeah, that's great, but that's what she, or something, some kind of witty cynicism or one-liner in retort, they get pissed. And it's just like, I mean, I guess if you want to get mad about it, that's your business, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna go this
lives
way
in
now.
that pond.
Yeah, I made that. I think I dug that pond.
He is sarcastic.
You were the bullfrog of the pond, my homie.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, just never going
get it.
under. Just
But that's
sitting
my
there
point,
in the
like-
water.
If people are gonna hate on it, that's fine. I want you to go and tell your friends, because I'm telling you, half of your friends are gonna run back and be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, though.
Yep.
Wait a minute. You know what I
Tell
mean?
your
This
friends how
person is
much
right.
you hate me. Yep. Tell
Exactly.
your friends how much you
Well,
hate me, so
what-
they look to see if they hate me, and they're gonna be like, "No shit."
If we get hateful comments, usually I'll just throw out the "Hey, thanks for your comment and your fucking addition to this show,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Exactly.
view.
because
Exactly.
that comment helped our algorithm.
Uh-huh. And on top of which, like, the comments that they if it's like and I'm guilty of this morning, but like at the same time, like, I get it. You know what you know what I mean? Like, I was just high, my bad.
Don't
But
feed that evil
when
dragon.
someone types in like a website link and it's the whole I'm not gonna click that.
No,
Like, that's not gonna go up on the board. Like, don't do that. Like, you know, wait till the show's over or some shit. But if it's like an actually like halfway decent comment, okay, cool. You know, do it. Like, that's not even a fucking question. But I really want to know is this. So, how long has BrainJerk Entertainment been around?
what are we talking? Like 7 months now.
7 months.
Y'all started at the same time I did. Nice.
Yeah.
About
Nice.
7 months. I'm thinking.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say from the moment our first video that we put out until now has been about 7 months.
So,
but it's been in
catch
the
me up to
works.
speed. Go ahead. Sorry.
It was in the works for like a month before that. So like
Okay.
8 months all together.
yeah.
We were thinking about it.
Yep.
But that,
Plan,
yeah.
talking about it, trying to convince him that it was a good idea.
yeah, I didn't think,
Listen,
Nobody
motherfucker, you got a
wanted
talk
to-
show about weed, or you got your OnlyFans? What
Well,
do you want
here's
to do?
how-
OnlyFans,
here's
we're
how
not
the
doing
name-
that. We're doing this one.
I'm doing OnlyFans too. Don't worry.
The
Get
whole
it.
reason BrainJerk, the name, even exists is because he was doubting. He's like, dude, you really think people are going to come over and watch us jerk each other's brains? And I was like, dude, that's it. That's our name. BrainJerk. BrainJerk.
Yeah.
And then fucking we just went from there. It's just been a synchronicity wave of just
You
like
should
shit
call it.
coming to us.
That should
and
be
we
a
just-
title. Watch us jerk each other's brains. A
Well,
bukkake of emotions.
We call our fans the jerk. We call our fans the jerk offs.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jerk offs.
There you go. There you go. A bukkake of emotions.
I said Darren McCarty said he wanted to be a jerk off.
Yeah, he did.
Get it. Get it.
Yeah.
He said,
I'd like to
"We're-
sit down and ask him a few questions. Not anything. I mean, it's cannabis related too, but it's more of like, I'm not a hockey fan. Hear me out. I appreciate the sport. I will go watch the sport. I respect the sport. It's just not my lifestyle, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I was a basketball person, so I don't play sports, but I was really drawn. Anyways, Darren McCarty was one of my cousin's huge influences, and he was a huge fan of his. He watched all the home games, always bought season tickets to the Red Wings. You get the idea. He died a few years ago from kidney failure. It sucks, but he's the one that really kind of taught me about cannabis and like made sure that I had it when I couldn't afford it in X, Y, and Z. And so like I feel that I just want to kind of like tell Darren McCarty about that and be like, hey man, this is how much this guy meant to you. Since you meant a lot to him, can I just ask you one quick question? Like,
I'm sure if you messaged him, he would.
Yeah.
He would reply. He's a
we'll
good
get
dude.
all of it.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't doubt that at all.
we don't. He was at an event actually and I found out he was going to be there, and I
You gotta
bought
go.
tickets. I bought tickets. I was like, well, T-Rup, we're going to this event.
Mhm.
So basically, I just walked up to him and started talking to him and told him what was up. Asked him if he wanted to be on our show.
Yeah.
And then he gave us his manager's number and shit like
Boom.
that. And boom, there we were.
There it is.
So you just gotta,
Scariest day of my life.
yeah. That was the first time I ever saw T-Rup freeze.
Nah.
He would not like. So I'm the quiet one, right? And he's the one that's fucking got a million friends and everybody loves T-Rup. Well, guess what? This dude would not go. I'm like, okay, go on. He's like,
'Cause-
no.
Because I don't know him from hockey. I seen him in he did some stand up comedy.
Okay.
It was dope as shit. And I don't know this motherfucking hockey player, dude. I know a comedian.
So basically, I was like, well, if you're this is your fucking ship, I guess you got to fucking pilot the fucking boat if this is what you want. So I went up to him and started talking. Like,
That's
I'm
it.
not that guy. I don't ask
Yeah.
for pictures from celebrities. I don't fucking ask for autographs. I just want a conversation to begin
Yep.
with.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. And that's the
You
thing,
won't
like-
see me in a picture with any celebrities unless
That's-
somebody else took it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had a chance to sit down with him, I wouldn't record it. No, that's a me. That's something that I'm doing to pay, you know, tribute and respect to my cousin who helped me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It brings that full. They say don't search for closure because it's caustic. There's nothing caustic that can come from that. That's just something that my cousin would want me to do. You know. What
Well,
I'm saying?
plus,
So I'm trying
not
to
only
fulfill
that, you could make a whole show out of it because then
I could, but I wouldn't.
he's into
hit
the
it.
marijuana industry. He's
Right.
got his own fucking brand, all that.
I very well could, and it would be an amazing episode. But that's on Mr. McCarty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's
doubt.
if he wants to or not.
I'm not
you
speaking
know?
for the man.
Yeah, if he wants to. No, that's. Oh, I wasn't saying that. If he wants to, cool. Let's get it. You know where I'm at. Like, but if he doesn't want to and he just wants to have the conversation, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I would just like to have that conversation, and it could be for 5 minutes. You know, I just need to know. You know what I mean? And that's it. Speaking of needing to know things, we have a gauntlet of questions, which apparently we can't use fucking gauntlet anymore because my Canadian friends are like, well, I have a show with a gauntlet on it. Well, theirs is better. So we're going to come up with something else. A slurry, I guess, of questions. I don't know.
Slurry of questions sounds good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Get out a thesaurus and look up words.
Slurry.
Later.
Gauntlet.
I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do it.
A thunderstorm of questions.
Thunderstorm of... There it is. A crack-a-lack.
The hurricane's blowing through.
Hurricane.
Ooh.
Here come the thunder winds. The shitstorms. You guys are Trailer Park Boys fans, right?
You said who?
He's watched Trailer Park Boys. I've
Oh,
only
yeah,
seen it-
I
I've
love
only
Trailer
seen
Park
it once or
Boys.
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Simple yet funny.
Who? Because I was one day I was like, hey, hang on, I'm talking to one of my friends, and then like I snapped you over in a video chat, and T-RUPP like lost his fucking mind. He was like, who the fuck is this?
Real talk, I had no idea who that guy was.
Yeah.
And I looked
T-RUPP's
up,
like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I muted it. I muted our conversation at one point. I was like, T-RUPP, I don't know this guy.
And then I called him an uncultured piece of shit.
He did.
That's
He's
cool.
like, how the fuck do you not know who this guy is?
Just real quick, you're an old cultured piece of shit.
That's it. While we were muted, we were still talking to you. You're a piece of shit, Josh.
He
That's
did.
who you are.
He did. I was like, damn.
Nah.
Since finding out who he was, I know who he is. But
Oh yeah.
you know,
He's actually told me he'd come on the show too. So let me know.
that's
Reach out
sweet.
to him.
Oh my
That's all I
God.
gotta say. Like fuck me. Like reach out to him. You guys have his information. Go talk to him.
Yep.
I
He's
would
already said he'll
love
do
to, dude. I would love
Absolutely.
to.
That's not even a question. Like he's already said he was like no. He's like they seem like good boys. I was like they are. Yeah.
Good
T-RUPP's a
boys.
little
They
sexual.
are.
He might fucking
We're the
flirt with me. Like,
BrainJerk boys. Hey, boy.
yeah. That was a really good impression, actually.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. For not knowing who he is, that was pretty spot on.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
was it?
you know?
I just know how Canadians talk. You know, I'm multi-talented when it comes to the
Cool
voice.
is Kool-Aid is good, let me tell you.
He said he was bilingual in accents.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, Josh said that.
I mean,
I'm
yeah, no.
bilingual
I mean,
in
that's
accents. Well, fuck
that's-
off, dude.
not
You
how
party.
that works, but
Sure
ish.
is. I bet. Can you do Jar Jar Binks?
No.
It's not an accent.
It sure is.
So here's the Jar Jar Binks is a failure, but at the same time, they think that he's the Sith Lord, but it would make sense. The point is, to be bilingual, you have to speak more than one or two languages fluently. That does not include accents. Yes, accents play a role with phonemes and sounds that the mouth would have to make, like rolling your R's and things of that. But to be bilingual, you have to know more than one language, not trying to be a buzzkill. I don't know what the fucking term is for accents. Actual lingual?
I'm
I guess?
bilingual in English accents of different language. You know, I don't know how to put
That's
this.
fair. It's
you know?
exactly. There's like, there's like a 59 fucking letter word that would like completely annihilate a Scrabble board that we're not thinking of to descript this exact moment right
I don't know
now.
what the word is. Okay.
No, neither one. It's cool. It's a
But
word.
it's something.
I got my special talent though. If I have to put what is your special talent on the board?
Mhm.
Catching flies out of midair.
He can do that. He almost did it with
I've caught two flies out of midair at the same.
With or
Right.
without chopsticks?
he did one with chopsticks. I promise you I seen it and I fucking whatever, dude.
One time,
Fuck you.
T-Rup was also there for this. I was talking, oh, how funny would it be if I just closed my fingers? And as I did that, a fly flew into my fingers, and I closed my fingers on it.
Yep. And he was talking about catching flies, and it literally just said, "Here, catch me."
I swear to God.
Swear. And he wasn't even trying to catch a fly, but we knew there was a fly in the room. But all he said is, "What if I could just," and then he caught it.
I swear, it's the funniest thing ever.
I was pissed.
I've caught one with my foot before, and I've yelled for T-Rup to come look.
He lets him go in your face. Sometimes they're squished, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
If there was a fly catching competition, I'd be pretty good at chance.
I could see you.
If it was a room with no windows, he would win.
I could see you
Hands down.
at a Marvel fucking superhero like American Idol edition of the next greatest superhero. They're like, "What's your talent?" And you're like, "Hang on." He opens up a jar of flies, and there's 5 flying around. 45 minutes later, he just catches 1 out of the whole like 5 released. And they're like, "I mean, that's badass, but the other 4 ones are fucking annoying. What are you about to do?" They're like, "Present to you." And he lets it go again and just leaves.
Yeah, he just lets it go
shit.
in your face.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
You got Simon Cowell. That's a no from me, Fly Man. Fuck
No.
you.
I'd earn the golden ticket.
Yeah. It is a golden ticket. It's a Hollywood, isn't it?
Apparently. I
It's a
don't
different
want
ticket
so
on a
much,
different
but-
fucking bus because you got a job for a hotel out there to catch flies.
Yeah, they need an exterminator.
You're signing the contract for the job. It's $1,000 a fly. It's $1,000 a fly. Why?
Dude.
I only catch 1 a week. That's my
I'd be a millionaire if it was $1,000 a fly. I'll tell you
1 a
that.
week. That's not bad. I mean, speaking of which, all right, let's kind of shift gears real quick. How would you feel if let's say the whole workforce right now, let's say that full time is shortened down to 20 hours so people could have, a good, but then you got like
real life?
wages. Yeah. And then you got wages increased to $70 an hour. Obviously taxes would have to adjust for, a little bit of that as well, but you don't need inflation.
A living wage?
Exactly. Yes, you see what I'm saying? So it's like $15 an hour. That's half of what we actually need. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what we need is for the fucking prices to come back down to normal instead of being,
They're not going to.
I know, but they're not going to pay us that much either.
Well, that's where you're gonna. That's the problem with capitalism. I'm being honest with you. I'm a fan of it at times, and at times it makes sense. But then when you have like the trickle down effect, you know what I'm saying? In Reaganomics, like that's a whole different. It's fucked. You understand? Money corrupts many things. But what I don't understand is this. There are a ton of success stories with this out there that no one's talking about. There are restaurants everywhere that have adapted this way of life, this cost of living adjustment, and their prices reflect it, and they've been busier than shit.
You're right.
You see my point? Because good people, understand. Check this out. I'm going to pay more money because this is paying other people's wages. I get that. That's how the economy works. People for far too long is like, I would rather just go eat at McDonald's because it's cheaper.
And now it's not even cheaper.
Exactly. So What happens? And then I'm told that, for everyone listening, we're going to tie this up real quick because we got to get into the W's. Producers probably going to get pissed at me about this. But if I could tie this up in one question, I'm going to ask you real quick, people the naysayers, how much is an hour of your life worth to you?
Yes, exactly.
Do you understand? So my life, I've been forced because of the career that I have that's not even considered a real fucking skilled trade. I've been forced to work for fucking pennies on the dollar compared to anything that you've made. Well, I wouldn't charge less than I've made. I didn't fucking ask how much you make, and I didn't ask what you would charge. I asked you what you thought. That's it. You're the one sitting here already wanting to brag about this and that and the other. And I know somebody that made 3 times less than that and back in the day and raised kids because you could. Mm-hmm. That's my point. It's that generation that fucked it up. You understand? I'm telling you, you could go get gas for 67 cents a gallon back then. A new car was $5,000. A house was 30. Now, a house is 300,000, 400,000.
I'm pretty sure gas out in California is almost $6 now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, okay, I used to smoke cigarettes, but I was there when cigarettes went from $2 a pack to fucking $6 overnight. And then it bounced off $7, $8. And then, you know, me being fancy, I smoked the good Parliament Lights, which were almost $9 a fucking pack. That's my point. And then they started doing all this taxing and taxing. Yo, y'all motherfuckers need to remember one fucking thing. Two things in life are certain: death and taxes. I think taxation is, in fact, you know, theft. Because here they are taxing this and taxing that, taxing this and taxing that, yet ain't shit getting done. But you always vote for a pay increase. Now, that is interesting. But if I don't pay my taxes, I get in trouble. That is interesting. How is that not entrapment? But it's not about taxes, y'all. It's about BrainJerk Entertainment. T-Rupp, Josh, who wants to go first?
Big boy can go.
I'll go first.
T-Rupp, you ready? All right.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to shift it to him. Same questions. Here we go. Gauntlet boys, BrainJerk Entertainment. T-Rupp, my man. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? Who was the first person you smoked weed with?
That was Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson.
Yep.
All right. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? Josh, who was the first person you smoked weed with?
It was with a couple girls. I don't know their names now. I'll tell you that.
Fair enough.
It's just a couple girls. I was anti-weed for a long time, and then I was like, well, these girls are doing it. They're cute.
Get it? Get it?
Poontang.
T-Rupp, first time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? What was the first thing you smoked? Was it a bong, joint, dab, spliff, or the proverbial pop can?
Joint.
It was a joint. Okay,
Yep.
Left-handed cigarette right off the bat. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? Same question, Josh. What was the first thing you smoked? Bong, joint, dab, spliff, pop can.
It was a fat cigar full of it. Yeah.
Right to it. Straight to the dome. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? T-Rupp, you just told us, but it's okay. When was the first time smoking a left-handed cigarette? That was your first time.
Yeah. It was like 13.
Like, was it, from what you can remember, was it a good J?
No, fuck no. Compared to now, no.
Seeds, stems, you get it. It was those
Yeah,
fucking,
fuck
those,
that.
yeah.
Tastes like
Reggies,
grass.
smoking that Reggies.
It's like grass.
The Reggie
Who,
Miller.
what, when, where, and why? Josh, when was your first time smoking a left-handed cigarette?
I was probably, I don't know, 18, 19. Yep, I'd say that. When was
I
that?
dig it. I dig it. Who, what, when, where, and why? T-Rupp, where were you the first time you ever smoked the electric lettuce?
Behind my barn in the house I grew up in.
Get it. Get it. Who, what, when, where, and why? Josh, same question. Where were you the first time you smoked the electric lettuce?
I was at those girls' house, and in their living room, I think. Their parents were away.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that story got real good. Fuck the rest of the questions. That's a story I wants to hear. I'm kidding. First time W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? To wrap it up in a neat little bow, T-Rupp, at the end of the day, why did you smoke weed the first time?
Fuck it.
I'm good with it. T-Rupp, fuck it. There we go. I'm good with that. Exactly. Yeah. You couldn't sum it up even better.
Yeah, just fuck it. Why not?
Exactly. That's a lot. That's how I felt. I was like, fuck it. Why not? Exactly. It ain't killing people. I did worry about cigarettes and weed and smoke and all of that, but then later I learned. But first time W is who, what, when, where, and why. To tie it up in a neat little bow, Josh, why did you smoke weed the first time? You said it was to impress them?
I sure was, because I didn't want to look like a lame in front of two sexy girls.
Poontang. Poontang made him do it.
Those that they made me. That was like, I don't like weed. And as soon as these girls was like, I smoke weed, and I was like, oh, me too.
Yeah. So does that poontang. That's the 5th time I said it on the show.
I'm good with it. A show is only as good as the number of pootangs said.
Yep.
I love it. Well, before we start the next set, guys, you guys want to take a chance and do a dab?
Yeah, I do.
Let's do it.
I'll light it.
I'm actually ordering a new dab rig from Liquid Chrome out of Canada. They're hooking me up with a bunch of awesome stuff, like a little carb thing on the top and some pearls, and we're gonna get into it. I usually smoke joints as well, but I'm a huge dab fan. I've been sitting here staring at this dab. Huh?
I just smoked the flower, bro.
I feel it. I feel it. I
Because
just
he's
harvested
weak
some
on the
of mine.
inside.
One more time?
It says because he's weak on the inside, you know. Doesn't want to shit his pants.
I might do that. You know, complications.
Complications there.
Motorcycle handles going through the stomach and all.
Yeah, handlebars through the stomach made my poop a little bit more serious. Like, oh, I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's time.
It's like an eruption of poo.
Yep.
Mount
It's
Poo Olympus.
Right now.
You know,
No.
you know when the belly starts going whoop, whoop.
We
You're
call
like-
those bubble guts.
Yeah, that's when I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom right now, or I'm gonna shit my pants. I promise.
Have you ever punched somebody in their stomach hard enough to watch them shit their pants?
No,
No, but
I
I've been poked in my belly in middle school. Some girl turned around and poked me in my belly, and I was
Oh no!
right
You
in
had
the
one loaded and
wicked
ready. It
place.
sounds like you're like, I'm so nervous.
I did.
I remember.
I was nervous because of the poontang.
Poontang. Dude, we gotta put like some bass to that, or like just make it like poontang,
Here you go.
Poontang,
poontang.
Oh, your sultry voice.
poontang.
I love it.
Give me your jazz voice.
Jazz voice.
Poontang.
Welcome to the Poontang.
Welcome to the
special.
poontang.
Like when somebody says poontang, I kind of think like or says poontang. Yeah, of course I know what I think when somebody says poontang. The movie is amazing. Poontang, with the belt. Do you guys remember that shit?
I barely remember it, but yeah,
Who
I do know
was
what
that?
you're talking about.
I don't remember who played that.
Griffith.
Eddie Griffith.
It was too. And then he was also the pimp on Deuce Bigelow, wasn't it?
I don't know about that one.
Just big, yeah,
Male
yeah, he
Joe.
was,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah, he was. He was in both movies. He was like, "Man, what you do?" He would just pop up out of random pimp places. Went with him. It was pretty good movies. I don't know if you should play them today.
There's
Talk
a
about
bunch of
pimps and
movies
hoes and
back
stuff,
in the
but-
90s that you can't play today.
No. Mm-mm.
Most of them.
I want to talk about a movie that I saw last night that I remember that was huge. It was do you remember The Rescuers Down Under?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yo,
I do.
it's on Disney Plus. You should go peep it. But that's one of my favorite fucking movies growing up. Okay, and I don't know if you guys follow numerology at all, like numbers that follow you throughout your life, or like patterns and stuff. People
No,
notice.
but
those things,
I
right?
see certain numbers all the time.
Right. That's a numerology. And so I didn't really care about that until like I started looking at my life. And then I've noticed this number is everywhere. Movie. That's why I was Chef Rodney 117. I went and found the movie last night. I was like, oh yeah. And my girlfriend and I were like, it's a favorite movie. So we're like, let's smoke weed and watch this and kind of go to bed afterwards. And that was our night. Yo, that bitch is 1 hour and 17 minutes long.
Huh. Holy shit.
I'm not even joking you. So my girlfriend, I was like, all right, cool. So I'm looking back at the clock because we can see into our kitchen. I was looking at the oven to see what time it was. And I was like, do I have time for this? Like, I'm kind of old. I need to get to bed. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And she goes, you're not gonna believe this. And she knows this. And I turned around and I go, huh? That's all I said. I made that same noise. And she goes, you've got me going insane. She's like, I'm seeing this number everywhere. I was like, no, welcome to my life.
Yep. I got a few numbers like that.
46
6 and
for
9?
me.
46?
46 for me. Yeah.
Mine's 369, 1111, 911.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the sets of numbers that I see every fucking day.
Chunking and patterning, and that's the thing. It's like they've taken that idea, and so I believe that idea is kind of what built the construct of the matrix with zeros and ones and binary code and things of that nature. But who knows? I think now that
You're
we're
in
well
Matrix
into our
right now.
exact, well, fuck it, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Although I just had a conversation with a friend on the show yesterday, actually, I believe, with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we agreed that Neil deGrasse Tyson should dress as Morpheus now. So Neil deGrasse Tyson is now the new Morpheus.
No, I don't.
Why?
No.
No.
Well, okay, tell me why not.
Joe
Because
Rogan's the new Morpheus. If anybody's Morpheus.
Okay.
Is this because he talked about DMT?
No, it's because he shows everybody the light.
That's
Mike
okay,
Tyson. Mike Tyson.
Okay,
What
that's
about
actually a
him?
very good impression of Mike Tyson.
Mike
is.
Tyson. I'm Mike Tyson.
Yo, that's a stupid, scary good impression of Mike Tyson.
That's
It
my
is.
idol, bro. I'm Mike
A
Tyson.
lot of people always try to put too much pitch in his voice, but that's perfect.
Yeah. Yo,
You
so
try to fight me? I'll
hang on a
fuck
minute.
you up. I'm Mike
hang on a
Tyson.
minute. You ready for this? We're gonna do this right here live. If you can get me an audition of your Mike Tyson voice, I can rest assured put it in the hands of somebody that can give it to him. I'm not joking with you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
After the show,
I would
Talk to
love
me.
that.
after the show, talk to me. We will figure that out. I want this to happen, and I'm
If-
telling you right now, I can't speak on behalf of anything past my friend. That knows. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If somehow Mike Tyson gets in the hold of us,
As
we're
long
gonna-
as he
we're
sees
gonna
it.
come wherever you are and kiss you on the lips.
As long as
don't
he
do that.
sees it, I'm okay with it. Okay.
Don't. I just think it would be. It's funny, and
Don't
I
worry,
think
I'll
that
still
in the
wear
light
masks.
of this, it would
We'll
be
wear
funny.
We'll wear masks.
I'm Mike Tyson. Okay.
Yeah.
The fuck,
That's
you
my
know?
point. I've heard a lot of Mike Tyson impressions. I'm a huge fan of SNL, a huge fan of Matt TV, if you guys remember that. Ari Spears, awesome imitation. Dude, the fact that you didn't even have to fucking move and just turned on Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I've been training for this my whole life.
I'm either way too fucking high right now, or this shit is fucking like.
This is like
Hang
the
on
first
though.
time I've
You
ever
have
tried
to
that.
be specific though. The voice that you're doing it. Let me hear it one more time because I want to make sure that I have this like Mike Tyson age
Close
pinpointed.
your eyes.
I'm Mike Tyson. Listen to me. I've been training for this my whole life. I will come get you and I will come knock your head off because I'm Mike Tyson.
This is like early '90s Tyson.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What are you
like
talking
early
about?
'90s to like 1996.
I can't even buy alcohol right now. I'll still beat your ass.
Say that. Say that.
Oh.
Say. I will bend you over and make you my bitch.
I will bend you over and make you my bitch because I'm Mike Tyson. Who?
My
Mike
favorite
Tyson.
Mike Tyson
What?
cameo. We all have one, and it was in what was it? Hangover.
Yep.
Just hits
And
Ed
it-
Helms
yeah.
in the face. I love that. I'm sorry, Ed Helms, but you took one for the team there, and that was real. That
My
was
favorite Mike Tyson moment was when he told that guy that he was gonna. I will fuck you in the ass right now. I will.
I broke my back.
Spinal.
I broke my back. And he was like,
What do you mean?
What do you mean, you bro? I broke it. It's broken. Spinal. What type of injury do you think it is? Spinal. That was the funniest shit ever. I lost because I broke my back.
I can't comment on
My
it.
back
I
is
don't.
broken.
What is this from?
Spinal. That's how I learned to talk like Mike Tyson. Was that quote?
So you took that quote and you formed in a cadence to it, and then you just kind of built your own language.
I'm Mike Tyson, and because when he fought old boy Roy Jones, he come out and his theme music was like boom boom whatever it said, and it said I'm Mike Tyson. I'm Mike Tyson. Yeah, so that was his theme music, and I don't know. I just have a voice, I guess.
Yes, no, absolutely. I think that the right people should hear that. That's
Sound
my
like
point.
Seth Rogen sometimes too.
I have a friend, my friend Almeida in Boston. When he laughs, you're like, where is he? You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh yeah.
really good. The problem is it's his laugh, so it's a little played out, and then you're like, I miss the Seth Rogen laugh. Yeah.
Right.
But Speaking about our favorite things and our favorite people, the next leg of the gauntlet, we're gonna start with old Joshy boy, right as he takes that drag.
How nice.
It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Favorite W's, y'all. BrainJerk Entertainment, Mr. Josh. Who, what, when, where, and why? Who was your first favorite person to smoke weed with? I know who your first person was.
My first favorite person.
Fuck it, just your favorite
I'd
person.
say,
I don't know why I put
Jeff,
first in there.
Jeff Wendersky was my first favorite person. Me and him were hiding, and his brother came home one time. Woo, boy, we were scared, but come to find out, he smoked too.
So he had no fucking clue. He just came home high. I was like, "Hey, boys,
yeah,
please
so
don't
we were
think
high,
I'm high."
and then we eventually. Those were my favorite in the beginning. Those were my two favorite people to smoke with.
What about now?
Now, my buddy Ryan and T-Rupp here are my two favorite people to smoke with. My girl.
There it is. You better say that. Like shit. I should have said that first. Yo, we're gonna start with that one. Save your ass. Start with that. Read that. Listen to that list backwards. Replay.
I'm cool with it.
There you go. Favorite W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? T-Rupp. Who is your favorite person to smoke weed with?
My favorite person to smoke weed with?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm smoking. I just got done smoking with them, and my fiance, my beautiful fiance. What?
There it is. And
But
congratulations.
she smokes
by the
way too much, and she's way better than me.
Yeah, she is way better than him.
Smoking.
It's true.
Yep, she's the man.
All of that's true. Dude,
She's
listen.
just dabbing on YouTube.
Word. Yeah, no, I've seen that name pop up. I just didn't know who it was.
Yep.
That's cool. Definitely gonna, hey, shout out YouTube. Add us, like us, subscribe us. Grab it, whatever that shit is. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Absolutely
Just dab it,
smash
yeah.
that like button.
If you guys,
Oh,
are
that
watching
was, dude,
this
that was
and you
gold.
like what's going on? Please, absolutely demolish that.
I wanted like a low demon growl, like smash the like button before I rip out your innards. Something from like Diablo or something.
Absolutely
Hey, bro.
smash that
You
fucking
need to
like button.
absolutely smash that like button. man.
Absolutely
Or like-
demolish it, man.
Or
That's what you gotta do,
Yeah,
dude.
brother, do that. Smash
You
that
gotta-
motherfucker.
you gotta like create your own like soundbite for like, hi, it's the devil. Before I have to verbally rape you, smash that like button before I rip your spine out. Have a nice day and fuck you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like something just catchy.
Go
and you're
eat
just
your
like,
neighbor's
yo.
asshole.
I'll make a soundbite like that right now after
Yeah.
this.
We can hold about 9 or 10.
Well, the Rodecaster Pro. I'm still trying to figure out. I can't do it on mine, but I feel like I could.
Best, honestly,
Somehow figure
real
it
talk,
out.
best investment. Because these mics we're using,
Mhm.
they're $20 mics, bro.
Yeah.
These ain't shit. It's the fucking system over there that makes us sound good.
There it is. There it is. I mean, can you do video with it though? That's my question.
What do you mean?
Like,
Can I what?
can you switch cameras with it?
No.
No, I have to use the computer for that.
Okay. So that's why I bought two different things.
It's just
'cause-
audio. It's just for audio.
Right. Audio is great. We were talking about that a while back. And audio. I've made it better. You know what I mean? Audio is great.
Yep,
Video is where I'm at now because I have multiple cameras, but I need to tie them in so I can have different little throws. You know what I'm saying? And just kinda
OBS
keep
will
it-
help you do that.
Right, which is Streamlabs.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's why I bought the Stream Deck because I wanted video. So I was like, the only person here I need audio from is just me. So I just need a one channel. You know what I'm saying? Or what is it? 2 channel. Sorry. Yeah, 3 channel. Sorry. Well, it's 2 more ports. I just bought, a better mic because I was like, all right, cool. I might actually take this mic back because I don't really need it. I feel like my Yeti Pro, my Blue Yeti was better.
If it's just you,
Yeah.
then the Yeti should be fine. The
That's
only
the
reason
Yeti,
we
yeah.
don't do that is because it's multiple people. We have guests in studio. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it is what it is. But
This is what we do.
It's what we
but at the
do,
same
right?
time, like exactly. At the same time, like
Just like Mike Tyson.
this is fun. Yes, dude. Yes. But speaking of what we do, favorite W's, who, what, when, where, and why. Josh, what is your favorite way to consume cannabis?
If it's good weed, I like a joint. The joint's my favorite way, but lately, my girl likes blunts, so we've met in the middle on palms.
That's fair. That is a cheers. I
You
love
know,
that.
these palms that we've been smoking, you got a little bubble in the tip, and you pop it, and it's flavor.
then-
There's
yep.
flavor in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good, and I don't like blunts.
Those
And
are
I'll
king
put that.
palms.
Yep.
Yep. Plus, they come with those awesome little like wooden things inside of them. You can use those as packers for joints too, dude.
Yep. That's
What
true.
do you got right there? Is that zigzags or what is that?
Yep. You asked me the question, Rodney. Just ask.
Ask him. You didn't do it yet.
First time W's, who, what, when, where, and why. What is your favorite way to consume cannabis? T-Rup?
Fucking zigzag ultra thin. If the pack ain't shiny, I don't want to fucking roll it.
Zigzag ultra thins. I'm gonna try those.
Yep. Them bitches are fire, bro.
Here's the thing. I learned how to roll finally. You know what I mean? I used to 2-pile technique, 2 papers, roll it till it was kind of packed down, rip an end off, light that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did it. It was garbage.
That would have been fine. All you needed was a dollar bill to roll it up a little bit tighter. That's what I do. My joints are shit, and I grab that dollar bill, roll it back, shape it up, and we're good to go.
So it's funny we should mention that because now if you just filters and papers, if you just throw that in front of me, I'm like, I got you. And so I'll roll up a filter, and then I'll take the filter and I'll like separate it and put the paper in and roll that shit up to a perfect cone, lick it, let it dry for a minute, you know, and then fill it, tap it, pack it, wrap it, light it. That's it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Or you just go, and it's done.
Exactly. Except for
Bada
mine
boom,
doesn't
bada bing.
make-
You know
mine
what I'm
doesn't
saying?
make
Old
really cool
school.
sound noises like that. But I get a lot of these like little joint packs that have papers and stuff in them that have like little magnetic clips and stuff.
Okay, nice.
Those are pretty neat. I don't know. They're pretty neat. I find like I enjoy sitting down and taking 5 minutes to roll a joint because it's like I get the time out and just focus on that one thing, that remedial task.
If I'm smoking wax, I'd prefer like a honey straw or a nectar collector, whatever you call, you know.
Yep.
I would prefer that over a dab rig because
Me too.
Exactly.
dab rigs fuck me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dab rigs make me go way too far.
Let me save your life because my life was changed yesterday.
Tell me.
Yesterday on the show, we had some very prolific Canadians on. I say that in the most loving way possible. I say that because they're like, oh, what's that supposed to mean? That's just it. You're prolific. They learned in me about, do you know what a cold start is?
I've heard of it.
Cold
Okay.
start.
This is going to change the way that you look at dab rigs. Okay? What he did was he got a certain set, you know, you measured it out, he threw it in there, all right? And then he threw his cap on, and as he's heating it, he heats it up till it started bubbling a little bit. Then he does his hit, takes the heat off, and then just keeps taking his hit. It's a cold hit. You get the terpenes that would normally burn off at certain temperatures. You're still getting that blast. And it's not a hot hit, and it's still pretty heavy.
Huh.
That's
That
what I
might be-
said.
So he caps it and then lights it.
So you got I wish I had a dab rig. I ordered one, but you have your dab rig, right? You have your little banger, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, what you do is you measure out however much you want. You know what I'm saying, or a dab tab, or however you're doing it. So in this case, throw diamonds in there. I like smoking diamonds, and so then you throw your carb cap on, and then heat it up, okay, until it's like it starts to bubble a little bit, and then start taking your hit, take the heat off, and then it should,
Gotcha.
cold start.
I'll have to try it.
Cold
Yeah.
start that fucking motor, man.
Exactly, and then he's like, "Oh, there's e-nails and stuff," but I don't know how I feel about. You know what a stinger is?
No, I don't know that one.
So a stinger, it's like an old like they would get them in jails and prisons, and like you can get them at a PX store and da. But what a stinger is you plug it into an electrical source of some kind, and you take it and you stick it in water, and it'll heat up water. That's what a stinger was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ugh.
You're all right.
Yeah, somebody knocked on the door.
Oh, no worries. So you take one of those stingers. What was I saying about the fucking stinger? I don't even fucking know.
You put it in water or something? You were telling us about a stinger. What a
Yeah,
stinger.
it's gone. Nope.
Oh, well, hey. It's cool.
It's no, I completely forgot. It doesn't matter. The point is, like,
I had to make
Oh, no,
sure,
you're good.
dog.
I don't even remember the fucking story. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna watch this back and be like, that's what I was fucking talking about. It doesn't matter. It's
Got
past
too
now.
high.
It is what it is. It is what it is, man. But, Exactly.
You know
but
what a seahorse is, bro?
yeah.
You ever seen one of those? Those
Yeah.
are cool. I don't do them though.
So check it out.
Horses.
Like seahorses are actually you can buy them as pets.
No, not those. The smoking thing.
No, the
no,
smoking.
no, I didn't.
Oh,
I was
you
like
know-
fucking see. I was like, shit. Here we go, man. I got like aquatic animals. It's another earth dweller. Like fucking. Here we go.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the Earth Dweller guy's asking me about seahorses.
Exactly,
Yeah, bro.
I was like, okay,
that's
this
cool.
makes sense. This is normal
Yeah.
conversation with these people. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
No, a seahorse is an electronic fucking dab tool.
It's electronic.
Oh,
just heats
so
up.
it's a stinger. There's another version called a stinger.
That's
So,
a stinger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, thank you, you brilliant. Fuck you.
Yep.
That's what I was talking
Stinger.
about.
Brilliant, dude.
They're
I told
taking
you.
these stingers, the stingers, like I was talking about. All right, that heat up shit. They're making them and putting them around these little e-nails. But you're connected with your smoking rig. You know what I'm saying? Your e-nail and shit's all connected to the wall, and you have to walk around. That's not cool. Like if you're plugged into a wall,
No, these ones aren't.
what
plugged
happens if
into
you
the wall.
electrocute yourself?
This one, you hit it 3 times. It warms up. You hit
Yep.
it. You hit your dab, just
Yep.
like a nectar collector.
It's like an
No
electronic
pull.
nectar collector is what it is. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, I've
100%.
seen those.
Seahorse is the
Broken
key
Vapes
part.
has them. They said that they're like, yo, when we have them in stock, we'll make sure we can get you one. I'm like, cool. They're like, what color?
You got
I was
Wild
like,
Bills. You got a Wild Bills around you?
Yeah.
They got them.
How much are they?
Like $40.
And they're pretty solid.
I mean, as long as you're not rough with them,
Yeah.
you'll have
So-
to change the tip from time to time.
My
But
asshole fucked his up.
you're
real
gonna
quick.
you're gonna have to
Right.
keep them charged. You know, turn
Yeah.
them off when you're
Yeah.
not using them,
Yeah.
which normally you forget to do.
So I
This
like
one-
that store because of there's some pretty good quality glass there. They've got some pretty good solid silicone selections. Like staff's pretty decently knowledgeable for the most part. Good trays. They have a good selection, and they're usually always open. What I don't like is the fact that like when you buy something, there's no return policy if it just doesn't work.
Well, I just
So-
go there basically for palms.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's just like I bought one of those dry vapes. You just sprinkle a little bit of weed or wax or something in the
Okay,
ceramic
yep.
thing. And I was like, this is brilliant. I got a bunch of flour. This is going to be sweet. And people were like, yeah, it's going to be. No. And it didn't work. And so then I was like, it doesn't work. Like they told me to bring it back here. They're like, well, they would never say that. Well, then here's customer service. You tell them that then. Like, and I was out $40. You know what I mean? But at
Yeah.
the same time, like, I just ended up giving it to a friend, but I'll definitely like swing back and scoop up one of those stingers you were talking about. Like that's a game changer.
Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Seahorse. It's called
Yep.
Seahorse.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna walk in and be like, yo,
they make more
You
expensive.
can also get them as pets.
exactly,
They make more
exactly.
expensive ones that are a different brand and stuff, but I can't.
I'm gonna
find-
walk in and be like, "Hey, you guys got seahorses?" And hear somebody from the back. You mean the aquatic animal?
This ain't a pet shop.
Nah.
Wrong store, motherfucker. Go
I'm
one
trying to
store
smoke
over.
weed. Like
This is
pet
Wild
shops
Bill's,
next
not
door.
Petco, dude.
This guy must be on acid or something.
You go over to the aquarium. You guys got seahorses, right? You mean the dab thing? That's next door. Fuck. Like, you walk out with a pet seahorse and a new dab rig. You're like, yeah, this worked out pretty well though.
Funny thing is, the animal's more expensive.
Way more.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how much seahorses are. Are they?
They are expensive.
There's
Fun-
something we're definitely have to talk about. Like, because I have a gecko. Like, I'll have to introduce you to my gecko.
Fun
ghost who's
fact: the
inside of
male
my grill.
carries the babies.
That is a fun fact. That is a
Yep.
fun fact.
We haven't done them in the Earth Dweller, so shut the fuck up, Josh.
Oh, then get on it, man.
This is the time you start scribbling down notes. It's just like,
We
yo,
got the
man.
lion tomorrow.
We're doing a lion tomorrow.
There we,
Yep.
oh, dude, that's actually fitting. Like, that's funny because my last name is Lionheart.
Boom.
There
Lionheart.
it is. There it is. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, it's. I'll show you guys some stuff in my family history. It's kind of interesting. Some of it's tragic.
Are you a night at the round table?
Pillar talk will be fun tomorrow.
Nah. Pillar Talk's awesome. It goes way back beyond the round table and all of the stories of that, but
Okay.
it is interesting, man. It's a bunch of like family stories that were passed down from this to that to that to that, and it's fucking cool. Yeah, no, we'll get back and talk about it. What I want to know, because we always, dude, it's me. I get high and I ramble, so it's hard to stay on task. I apologize.
It's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. People love it.
No complaints, sir.
Watch this, though. We're going to snap back to it. Josh, who, what, when, where, and why? When do you most enjoy smoking weed?
My favorite time is in the first one of the day.
Yes.
Yep.
I feel that. T-Rub, same question. What is your favorite time to enjoy weed? Is it also in the morning?
On the morning show. On the morning show, I wait till then. That's the first time I get high.
You know,
Come get high.
I also like the morning joint, obviously the morning dab. I love the morning. I also like the one right before bed, though, and all the ones in between.
Yeah, this is true, but the best one is the morning one.
Yes, because you're like, because you wake up sometimes, you cough some shit up, you're old, you stretch, you do whatever you gotta do, you grab your morning cup of coffee, you're like, here we go. There it is.
Shit, shower, shave,
Shit, shower, shave.
Smoke. Shit, shower, shave, and smoke. There you go.
I shit, shower, shaved last night, dude. It was beautiful.
You do it.
There you go.
Yeah,
in the morning
to calm down.
Yep, dude. That's self-care. You gotta have self-care and be self-aware. That's it. Speaking of being self-aware, favorite W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Josh, where, everyone knows a place, is your favorite current place to smoke weed?
My favorite current place. It's good. I mean, in the studio, I guess I'd say.
I get it.
Yeah.
Get it. I like to try and see the world through other people's eyes and perspectives. So if it's like, hey, this is my favorite place. This is usually how I would do it. Da 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 da. Like if I walked in and had to act the scene, I could do it.
The real answer is like, it's not a place, but it's like with my friends. I don't want to smoke alone. You know what I mean? I want to smoke with people.
I feel that, man. I feel that. T-Rub, favorite W's, who, what, when, where, and why. Where is your current favorite place to smoke weed?
In the woods, walking in the woods.
He said, fuck y'all, I'm going outside.
It has to be with my people, but like in the woods when I'm taking a walk.
Among earth dwellers.
Fucking kayaking, that type of shit. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yakking?
listen.
A joint on the yaks? Boy, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, check this out. If y'all ever want to and meet up some weekend, we could totally do this. We could kind of meander up to Grayling. I know somebody who has a dispensary and a canoe rental shop across the street from one another on a river. We can go to the dispensary and then we can go straight to the river.
Dude, that's the best combination of things across the street away from each other.
We could film it.
Yeah, it can be an episode.
There you go. There you go. It will
I'm
be.
somebody else on the river.
My boy Doug up there is doing his barbecue. It's a game changer. Tacos for days.
Hey! What'd you just say?
Game changer. Tacos. I said a lot of things. What did you say?
Game
changers.
That's fucking weird. You guys are fucking weird, dude.
It's because I'm an Auburn American, isn't it?
Auburn American, dude. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard, dude.
That was hilarious.
When Josh said I didn't get it, and when he was laughing, I was like, dude, he's stupid for laughing. I was like, wait a second. Oh my God. That was smart.
So check this out. I've been called ginger, a redheaded, da 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 da.
Gingers have no soul.
Fuck it. less to have to gamble and keep track of. That's fine. If you want gingivitis, baby, I'm right here. But that's usually what I would say.
Come give me a kiss.
Which does not sound good at all, actually. If you want, it doesn't. None of that sounds.
I do like ginger cookies, though.
Ginger snaps?
Yeah.
That's what we call little ginger kids. I'm not joking. So, in our family, there's a lot of redheads, okay? So we're like, yo, look at that little ginger snap. Which one is that? You know what I mean? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's
So
funny.
I'm a ginger baked cookie.
A gingerbread man.
Gingerbread man. Baked gingerbread man. There you go.
Hey,
Get off my buttons!
Not
Gumdrop buttons! Fucking, oh my god,
buttons.
Shrek is amazing. It's amazing. But anyways.
the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
Muffin Man!
Do you
Favorite
know?
W's, who, what, when, where, and why. To wrap it up in a neat little bow, Josh, for this part of the gauntlet W's, or what was it? The thunderstorm of W's. Why do you smoke weed, man?
Well, I smoke weed because it makes me focused and it keeps me happy. And it's like social, you know, it brings me and my friends together. So those are my 3 top reasons.
I vibe that, man. I vibe that, seriously. T-Rup, who, what, when, where, and why, man. To wrap it up, neat little present. Why do you smoke weed?
Because it helps me deal with PTSD without psych meds. That's one of the main causes of why I don't have to deal with that. If I feel stressed out, I'll just fucking blow back a bowl and
Get it.
I'm fucking straight. Yeah.
That's it. Like, can I add to that real quick if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Like, I feel that's kind of like, you know, why this is happening, like kind of why we're hanging out and getting to know each other, and that's why we kind of cross paths, because like everyone comes from some shit, bro. You feel me? You can't grow good plants without some kind of fertilizer. You feel me?
Yeah.
I want you to think back real quick with me, T-Rob, if you don't mind, Josh, if you don't mind, to the Pilgrims meeting the Indians. There's a lot of slaughtering coming on, but there were those people that adapted the ways of the Indians, so we heard about. But the one thing the reason I bring up the era is because this is where it came from in social studies. When you're trying to grow the best corn, you put a dead fish underneath so it would have the fertilizer to grow new. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. You and I are doing that. We're taking that shit that we came from and we're using it to plant a seed and grow a plant.
Yeah.
We're just going to chop it down and smoke it. But hey, cool. We're just going to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Gobble that shit sandwich and
Exactly.
and prepare your next one.
But that's my point, man. Like, we're coming from some shit. You know what I'm saying? We're changing perspectives. Josh, the fact that, like, you're able to sit down and have a conversation with us seriously means a lot to me, man. It really does. Like, it's hard for me to have a conversation with people because I'm just so used to the momentum of a kitchen. You know, I have, like, tinnitus because I don't hear the hood fans anymore of a kitchen. You know what I mean? I've lost hearing because it's just, I've lost that part of my hearing because I'm so used to being around hood fans and clinking plates and things of that nature. I really wish I could tell you what things felt like. My fingerprints and feelings and nerves and all of my fingers, I could touch a 300-degree fucking pan and move it with my hands and it's not even a big deal. Yeah, it's going to burn me, but I'm not going to feel it. That's what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So, like, when I turn pages in books, everything just feels weird to me. You know what I mean? So it's like having COVID of the hands.
Having COVID of the hands.
No, but in realness, though, like, it's a chef.
Hey.
It's a chef thing. You know what I mean?
T-Rup brought up the Gingerbread Man. You know, do you know
Gingerbread Man.
that song? You know, that song was invented because the Gingerbread Man was a serial killer. The real Gingerbread Man was the serial killer, and that was a song to keep kids safe from them.
I mean, it's terrible, but that's so fucking metal.
Yeah. Fun fact. Oh.
That's so fucking metal.
No way.
Yeah, real.
Like,
Go look it up.
I'm flabbergasted. Yes. Are you looking it up right now?
No, the Muffin Man.
He's singing through it.
Weird, dude.
Yeah.
And then
Yo,
they
hang
used
on
to-
a second. Hang on.
Like what?
Notice that beat. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, I'm gonna blow your minds. Okay, all right. We're gonna go off script for a second because something. Hang on.
Synchronicity wave
Hang
runs
on.
everything. Ride it, baby.
Yep. Something just happened in my mind, and I want to show you how deep my mind went. You're going to be blown away if I can find the right one. Yeah. Ads. I fucking hate ads.
Yeah, I fucking hate ads. And
Okay.
love them at the same time.
So I'm gonna share. This
Advertise me, and I love it.
screen. Right. It's a whole different story. I don't want to deal with any of the other shit. All right. Boom. Check it out. Here it is.
Mighty
So,
Mouse.
you ready for this? Want to talk about some like weird? Do you know the Muffin Man? Think about dun 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 dun. Feel that vibe, that kind of creepy vibe that we're now, and then watch this. This is from like 1943. This is entertaining as shit, but look at that.
Little Bo Peep had lost her sheep while out in the meadow green. They wandered close by some wolves who
There's
were
some
sly,
wolves, they're fucking
and soon by these wolves they were seen.
Now tell me you don't get like a vibe, just like a creepy vibe from this. Like it's cringeworthy a little bit. What'd you say?
So those wolves trying to eat.
Yeah, like it's just like, you see my point.
Yep.
Like that's how it was back then. It was kind of creepy. So I feel like you know the Muffin Man song. Yeah. And then just over the years, they're like, "Oh, honey, it's just a fairy tale." No, bitch, it killed people. Twice. I seen it. Anyways, it was wolves and sheep back then. That's my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch any more Mighty Mouse. But now we get into the better part, the fun part of the show, the part, the piece of the steak that everyone enjoys. You know, that one cut of the steak where you're just like, yes, that gristle, that char, that flavor. This is the crazy W's. T-Rupp, we're going to start with you. Who, what, when, where, and why, T-Rupp? Who was with you the first time you got way too fucking high?
Fuck my homie Robert Davis and he's still my homie today, but that was the first time I got overly baked in the back of a Bonneville.
Back of a Bonneville, man. Crazy W's. Josh, who, what, when, where, and why? Who was with you the first time you got way too high?
My buddy Craig, growing up,
Craig.
his name was Craig. Jeff.
Damn it, Craig!
Craig, Jeff. Probably Craig and Jeff.
Hell yeah. Crazy W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? T-Rupp, what pushed you over the edge? Like, what happened?
Clam bacon, windows up, 7 blunts, and I was just sitting there and not okay.
Clam bake, windows up. That's the way I like to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Crazy W's. Josh, who, what, when, where, and why? What pushed you over the edge?
We had a contest to see who could smoke the most, and I came in second place.
I came in second. You were the first loser. The first loser.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
it that way,
exactly
man. There
right.
you go. Silver lining. I was the first loser, motherfucker.
Craig
There
beat
you
me.
go.
Craig won.
You may have lost, but I lost first.
Did you throw up or something?
No, I just couldn't inhale anymore.
I can't breathe.
It's like so high, you're moving in slow motion.
Yeah, absolutely. Crazy W's. Who, what, when, where, and why? T-Rupp. When was this?
I'd say like 13 years ago.
On the dot. I've just been like over a decade. Like that's just
Like 13 years ago, because I was like 16 or yeah,
damn. That was
Something
a
like
while.
that.
That's
12
not
or
that bad.
13. 12 or 13 years.
12 or 13 years ago. All right. Crazy W's. Josh, who, what, when, where, and why? When was this for you?
This is about 10, 12 years ago.
So almost around the same time.
Yeah. But we didn't know each other.
He was a fat egg.
Serendipity. I love it. I love it. Sorry, I had to stretch there for a second. Crazy W's, who, what, when, where, and why. T-Rup, where did this take place? You were saying in the back of a Bonneville?
We were parked in some place called Possum Alley. Every
Possum
time you
Alley.
park in there, either a raccoon or a possum gets on your car and you can feed it. It's right behind Subway in my town. I promise you, it's there, and it'll happen.
Behind Subway, y'all, it's Possum Alley. Come feed the wildlife with your choice of either a possum or a raccoon. At an alley behind the
depends.
supermarket.
Depends
near
on
you.
what time and where'd you park. But there's always critters.
They're really attracted to Bonnevilles in this case.
Bonnevilles with like peanuts.
Hey, let me tell you, you pull up with a Bonneville, they got you, no problem. You pull up with a Pontiac, something or other, we don't want to mess with it.
They'll
Picky
start
ass
throwing
fucking
rocks
Rakins.
at you.
They got the shitty peanuts.
They throw the goopy grapes at you because they don't care because their hands are already sticky. So they just and you're just like, fuck, no, I'm sticky. You know, the grapes are like mushy. Nobody wants to eat. You're
The
like, fuck these
shit.
grapes. Shit. I love it, man. Crazy W's, who, what, when, where, and why. To wrap it up in kind of a neat little bow. Well, before we do that, Josh, where did it take place for you? I don't think I didn't ask you that.
It was in Craig's bedroom.
Craig, were you waiting to say that? Sorry.
I knew it was coming, so I'm prepared.
I got there. There you go. Craig's bedroom. So, questions there.
There was like
So-
7, 8 of us in the competition. We used gravity bongs, you know. Ooh, I hate gravity bongs.
You know, so in leading up to that description, I kind of was thinking it was an orgy until you mentioned gravity bongs. That's when the story changed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gravity bongs. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sits on it and you take a hit of it.
It remained a porno in
Full
T-Rup's
visual.
mind. He's like,
I had a
no, now
full
it is.
The full visual of how that gravity bong would work.
I know
I love
exactly.
it. I love it. Crazy W's, who, what, when, where, and why. To wrap it up in a neat little bow, T-Rup, with the Crazy W's. Why did it happen? Why did you get really, really high, man?
Because we all had money and my boy had his car and his mom let us stay out late, so we were getting twisted, bro. Twisted.
Get it. Which isn't a bad thing. You just wake up really hungry. You just buy snacks. You know, you're good.
Yeah.
Crazy W's, Josh, who, what, when, where, and why. To wrap it up, and the same neat little bow. Hope it's a little bit more frilly than T-Rup's. T-Rup's is kind of going to be really big and purple and pink. I feel I'm good with it, but
It'll have flowers on it for sure.
oh, exactly.
sure.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Why did it happen for you? Why did you get really, really high? Like, what happened?
Well, it was a contest to see who could smoke the most. And we
7 or 8
smoked a
people
lot.
sitting in Craig's bedroom. Okay,
There was like 7 or 8 people. Everybody brought at least a quarter.
right.
But there was more.
It's a lot of quarters.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody,
that's a good time.
like most people bowed out after the first, we smoked a couple joints.
Right.
There was a bunch. But then it was just me, Craig, and some other dude. And then the other dude quit. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. I can't even keep my eyes open.
Damn. Has anybody ever told you, Josh, that you kind of look like Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'll take it. Bring me.
Like,
Obi-Wan?
yeah, like seriously, like kind of.
Well,
like
I am. This is my Padawan.
Do I look like his fat aunt?
I look like Liam Nielsen.
Oh shit, that was good. I don't know.
You do though.
I didn't. Nope, no comment. I don't want to.
Not
You would
him.
make a very beautiful bearded lady. Let me say that.
Yeah.
You should have worn your moo today.
Oh man.
Should have had your moo on today.
All right,
Even
guys.
it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
Last section of the show.
Let's philosophize.
Well, no, we got the plain W's and then we'll get the philosophy.
Oh, still?
We're almost there. Who, what, when, where, and why? Josh, who do you wish you could smoke with, dead or alive?
Ooh, that's a good one. Who do I wish I could smoke?
Time is relative. It's a figment of your imagination.
I would like to smoke with just one person.
Just one.
Fine, Joe Rogan.
Okay. T-Rupp playing W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. Who do you wish you could smoke with, dead or alive?
Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. My mom, that's the one thing that my mom and I agree on is Elvis and coffee. That's pretty much it. She taught me everything I know, but that's the two things that we agree on.
Now, I would enjoy a smoke with Tesla or something like that too.
Elon Musk or Nikola Tesla?
Both of them.
Okay.
I'd do. Why not?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Playing W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. Josh, what would you smoke with them? What would you smoke?
Smoke a joint.
All right, there you go. You go. Joe Rogan, boom, boom, boom. There it is. All right, cool. T-Rob playing W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. What would you smoke?
I'd bring a vaporizer because he was from way back in the day, so I'd blow his mind just because I can.
Yeah, like you would hand it to him, you're like, well, exactly as is, and hits it. And,
right? And then he hits it and he's fucking wasted. And it's some 2021 weed, so he's gonna fucking OD that time for real.
I need to go make me a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Mayo and bacon, bitch.
Thank you very much. I love Elvis conventions. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Elvis fan. I respect the man for what he did, what he didn't do, things of that nature. He helped change rock and roll, whether you want to agree to it or not. And honestly, he was a survival technique for me in the South. Anytime you're being yelled at or berated by a country woman, just turn on Elvis and she'll shut the fuck up.
My grandma loved Frank Sinatra.
See, that's a different. So there wasn't the country South. That's kind of like Vegas. So that kind of the city versus it depends on what you grew up listening to. You know what I mean? In this case, in the dirty South, if you want to call it that, it's not the ATL, but it's pretty grungy down there. It's dusty, it's hot, humid, and there's ticks. I hate ticks. You play Elvis, and they're like, I fucking hate you, you piece of, you ain't nothing but a... Done. They don't even remember where they were mad.
Then they start grooving.
Exactly. They start doing the fucking twist or whatever the fuck that bullshit is. Whatever it is. And then they're just like, well, you're actually supposed to use that song and dance like they do in Fortnite. I think that's okay. You know what I mean? You'll be fine.
Fortnite is so fun.
I never really played Fortnite. Did you guys ever play Fortnite?
I don't play it. I don't play Fork Knife.
No. Do you guys play consoles at all, like PlayStation, Xbox, or anything like that?
Yeah, PlayStation.
PlayStation? Cool.
Yep.
I wish, I was thinking about getting a PlayStation, but I'm too invested into Xbox, man, with my gamer tag and just everything. All of the games I've ever owned are on it. I gotta get the Xbox, the newest one. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
I used to have a PlayStation. I think, I had a PlayStation 4 for a while, but then I was just like,
I'm not good. I don't like. I've come to a decision that I'm not doing that because then it takes away from my creativity elsewhere.
This is true. But for me, it's I didn't really get to all that much when I was kind of, I don't really. I played video games, but I didn't really get to dive in unless there's a few days here and there, but it was I never really got to have that work-life ratio, if you know what I mean. And so it's for me, it's kind of therapeutic to smoke a joint or do a dab, beat a couple of levels and then dip out. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is, but with me personally, I get addicted to that shit, man.
Yeah, I feel that.
I start playing it, and I'm like, okay, now tomorrow I want to play, and tomorrow I want to play. Now we're playing just a little bit longer.
I got to get to level 10. Once I'm 10, I'm in. I'll wait for a week, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm 20 already. What? You know what I mean? So it's
yeah. So I just chose to put it down, just like cigarettes, Yeah.
Did you ever play World of Warcraft?
I know about it, but I never played it.
Count yourself lucky. I've lost. I had enough money saved up when I was younger. I did the smart thing because I knew I felt the addiction creeping, and I went up to the apartment complex where I was living, and I paid up my rent for the next year. I had like 10 months left. I was like, I'd like to pay this up. I'm gonna do some. I just made up some bullshit reason. What it was is, I'm just gonna get drunk and play Warcraft. I had enough money to survive on. You know, I was still working in a kitchen. Like, that's literally all I did with my life, was like go to work, come home, play World of Warcraft, get hammered. You know what I'm saying? And rinse and repeat. I did that for like a good solid 6 years of my life.
I like weird games like that make you think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I played StarCraft as a kid. When I play Madden,
Yep.
I don't play Madden like everybody else plays Madden. I play Madden.
Calculated.
I'm the owner. I'm the GM. I make all the moves, and then I let the computer play the actual game.
So here we are trying to play a sport, and you're trying to create a vertical infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Roller Coaster Tycoon. You ever heard of that?
Yep.
I feel like you would love that game.
I do. Anything that's like a simulation or like a strategy simulation, that's what I like.
I love StarCraft. StarCraft 2 was my jam.
Age of Empires.
Those were pretty cool. Civilization was pretty decent.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't even remember. They've got a Gears of War Tactics that's similar to that, like a turn-based type of thing. Disgaea was a good one on PlayStation a while back that I played. That was like that.
One game I grew up on though was Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
That was my go-to. That was
Yep.
my franchise.
Yep.
What about Final Fantasy?
I wasn't
I'm
into
a
that.
huge Final Fantasy fan, dude. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The Final Fantasy and my favorite, this will always stand out to me, Final Fantasy X. That was my favorite, and here is why. I didn't really get into Final Fantasy like everybody else. They jumped in and they were hooked. I had all of the games. My friends said we should play them. I had this very influential friend of mine at the time that I was really good friends with that played all of them. And so I started playing, borrowing the games and playing through them and stuff like that. It just didn't grasp me. I played 7, 8, 9, it was all the way back to Super Nintendo. 10 was where I really sat down and was like, this shit is cool. And the graphics can be kind of cool.
The graphics are cool. The lady summon shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, no. 10, they had Luna and you had the other one. Doesn't matter. But there was 2, and then Riku, Lulu. You had Luna, Lulu, and Riku.
Luna, yeah.
Yep. And so that was really cool to kind of but that was like the most dramatic change of their characters that they did. You see what I'm saying? That did it for me. And then that made me look at, there's more to this. There's always a character named Sid, or there's always going to be this. There's always going to be this, And here's the thing. Final Fantasy XIV, it's funny we should mention that, is decimating the numbers of World of Warcraft right now. People are jumping games. I don't know why.
Well, probably because it's a new World of Warcraft dish.
I mean, it's been out for a decent while now, but it's, it's funny because the same friend that convinced me about the World of Warcraft stuff was the same one that was like, yo, that's great. Because when this last expansion of World of Warcraft came out, being, me, I pay it, to carry it on to keep playing. And he's like, that's great. Don't get used to it because it's literally give it 2 years and World of Warcraft is going to be, half the numbers it is. They're going to lose fans because of the ratings of this and da. He's like, Final Fantasy XIV is where it's at. So I don't know if he's like some kind of brilliant savant at this point or if he can just predict it. But I'm calling that motherfucker about some lottery numbers.
If you truly love what you're into, you're gonna pay attention to what's going on.
But
I play RuneScape.
RuneScape's pretty good.
No.
It's pretty good. It's very, I want to say dated.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
What I'm saying?
Dated.
Like
old.
It's very old.
Oh, I play the old school version because it's what I grew up. I grew up and started playing it. It's actually it's a sweet game. I want to see what the end's like.
So I want to blow your mind via video games real quick. Okay, so we've all played a game. Hopefully you guys have, and it wasn't just me that suffered through this, but it was called, we had computer class. We would walk into this room of, all of these old school bullshit IBMs or Apple computers or whatever the fuck they were with the old orange screens. And they would sit us down and teach us how to play this game called Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I remember it.
Oregon Trail. It's interesting. Why would they let you play a video game in school? Well, the entire goal of Oregon Trail isn't really necessarily to win, because you rarely do that. you usually fucking die of dysentery or something stupid along the way. The point is, the word fail is a first attempt in learning. So if you apply that to a bunch of, third grade fucking IBM using bullshit ass, yeah, Oregon Trail isn't as fun, but from failing in that game teaches us to learn more. So that's why they put it into class. God, that's such simple-minded thinking.
That's how it works when you program children.
Oh, yeah. Imagine, though, if, we could let our kids smoke weed, though.
Your brain's still developing.
I don't support that.
I don't support kids with THC. I support kids with CBD. Whole different story, though.
CBD.
I don't know enough about CBD to talk
So,
about that better.
Let me help. So CBD is non-psychoactive. We all know this. THC is in fact psychoactive. So here's the thing. I don't want to alter their consciousness or anything like that, and I don't want them to basically be high. I'm not insinuating that. But if they are in pain or they do have seizures or whatever have you, and there's medicinal properties from CBD or ailments in their bodies that they can benefit from without taking Adderall or Oxycontin or all these other pills, I would
for sure
have that.
For sure. 100%. Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm not saying, let's get everybody baked. No, if my daughter was like, Dad, I'm 16, I really want to smoke a joint, I'll be like, all right, sit down, and I will smoke a joint with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole rite of passage. That's a whole different story. I'm not saying I smoked a joint when I was younger. I didn't like it. I didn't know what happened. I fell asleep real quick. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't get high the first time.
It knocked me. Well, see, here's the thing. I found out later why, though, because my parents actually smoked weed while telling me not to smoke weed while growing weed.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
Conundrum.
Exactly.
Well, that's just because that's what the things do back then was you
Right.
just tell your kids don't smoke weed.
Don't talk to that uncle.
Because then who knows what you're going to say in school,
Right. Plan W's, guys. Who, what, when, where, and why. When would you like this to take place, Josh? Like with Joe Rogan, just tomorrow?
I would like it to take place on my birthday in 3 years from this date on my birthday.
7 p.m.
At 6:30 p.m.
Fuck.
And I want to be eating an elk steak
late.
in Joe Rogan's fucking presence.
Send that out into the universe, man. Send that out.
Hey, you can't
Speak
manifest it if you don't send it out to the universe, right?
Exactly. I'll be honest with you, man. Real talk. Real quick, T-Rup. Real quick before you're next. I didn't believe in manifestation until I started accepting cannabis into my life more. I want to agree with you on that, bud.
I 100% agree with manifestation.
I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. If I had time to think, and then I took the time to think and I was like, oh shit. And it created this whole delve of.
Just because you say it doesn't make it going to happen, but though you have to put the work in.
Follow through, boys. Follow through.
Right.
T-Rup, what about you? Plan W is who, what, when, where, and why. When would you like this to take place?
In Elvis's time, so I could come back with the vaporizer and be cool as fuck and see what the poontang's like. Ha 7.
No, you're at 9.
Oh, 9? Okay, poontang. 10.
Oh.
That's 10.
I'd be careful hanging out with Elvis.
He walks out of the TARDIS or some shit, and he's like, and they're like, oh, a time traveling man. And they're all faking. He's like, if you'd like that snap, crackle, and pop, this shit'll put you where you want to be. And he starts fucking vaping it, and as he's handing it to people, they're turning from black and white to color.
Holy shit, that would be so cool.
There you go.
Color's coming out.
It's like Pleasantville, but we'll call it something with a P.
I was trying to think about what that movie was.
Pleasantville, yeah. It was like, and then all of a sudden everybody starts turning color. It was a brilliantly filmed movie. You see what I'm
was a good movie.
It's what WandaVision should have been. What?
I never watched Wanda.
You should.
I quit
if you're
watching
a Marvel fan, you should.
Listen. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be roasted for this, I'm sure.
Sorry.
But one superhero movie is every superhero movie. Like, yeah, certain ones are cool, but it's the same fucking story. I know it's
antagonist, protagonist. Yep.
That doesn't thrill me.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see a movie that actually catches me off guard, or even a movie like, you know, the new Joker movie was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was brilliant. I like psychological shit. I like fucking stuff that surprises me, because I can sit here through a movie and call things out. Oh, this, I know this is gonna happen.
Rising action, climax, you know, foreshadowing, all of that. Absolutely.
And something gets me and I'm going, oh my God.
Right.
Okay. That's when I'm in.
Yeah. Like some of Shamalama Ding Dong's fucking shit. Like some of it's pretty good. You know, The Sixth Sense was pretty good.
Donnie Darko is one of my favorite movies, because you can watch that movie 5 times and bring something different from it every time.
So, you know what one of my favorite movies of all time is? Anaconda, the first one.
That was a good one.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
My man.
Was Arnold in that one?
No. Ice Cube was. Ice Cube, J-Lo, a couple, Owen Wilson was in it.
I have not.
Homeboy, John, what's his name? It's Angelina Jolie's dad. John something.
John Jolie, O.D.
No, I don't know. His last name is something. But anyways, it's like John Voight, I think his name is, or John Voight or something. But it's seriously an all-star cast with a snake that eats people.
Snakes on a plane.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, it wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think it was
kidding.
John Voight or something like that. But
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. You guys ever seen Lionheart?
I think so. Is that the one where he's in a karate competition?
I think all of his movies he's in a karate competition.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, another karate movie. Anyways. I love it though. Didn't he have a mullet at one point and like his jeans? Oh man.
I'm sure. Looking like Randy Travis.
Looking like Randy Travis looking motherfucker. Anyways, playing W's. What, when, where, and why. Where, because everybody knows the place. Josh, where would this take place with Joe Rogan? You were kind of saying a little bit earlier.
Oh, it would take place in Texas, where Joe Rogan resides, and we'll be in his studio. It'd be
Joe Rogan's lair of podcastery
at the Joe Rogan land.
In Joe Rogan land. Terrible announcements. I love it, man. I love it. T-Rupp playing W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. Everyone knows a place. Where would you smoke with Elvis?
At the club. I'm trying to see that poontang. That's yeah. Not the ones that he's doing though.
Yeah, but that's the problem. If you're hanging out with Elvis back then, that's a little sketchy. Now, the things we know, you know. Yeah. He married a 16-year-old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a lot of people would agree that Elvis stole culture from ethnic groups. We're gonna say that. That might be true, but at the same time, if you're gonna say that, look at M. You feel me? Like, there was rappers before Eminem, but then there was Eminem. You understand? That's the point. And then rap changed. The game changed a little bit. There was music before Elvis, and then Elvis was influenced by, he grew up in Memphis. You see what I'm saying? Huge population of African Americans there, and the jazz and things like that. So then he created his own little vibe. Nobody liked that, though. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, fast forward with Eminem, nobody liked that. But at the same time, records sell, man. People
still don't like it.
You can hate it on it all you want. And I disagree with a lot of the shit, like him marrying this person. And then, there's some shit that I also disagree with, but they ain't perfect. A. B. It was a different time back then. C. Lord knows if you want to bring religion into the whole fucking thing. But the point is, that's not enough to persecute or erase an entire, lifetime worth of work. The man's already fucking insulted of dying on the toilet from an overdose. Let him have his dignity. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Literally.
You already fucking died on the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. If we're like, that's my point. Like, even Eminem brought it up in one of his music videos, like him dying on the toilet. He even put it in his lyrics. But at the same time, like, dude.
He didn't put it in his lyrics, but he put it in his fucking video.
Well, he did both, actually.
Oh.
He did. Well, but that's the point, though, because M gets it. We get it. We're here to disrupt the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? To create more if we want. Bringing back to the action. We're almost there. We're almost fucking there. Plan W's who, what, when, where, and why. At the end of the day, Josh, why would you smoke with Joe Rogan?
Because Joe Rogan has been an influential character in my life now for the past fucking some years, and it's like, a lot of the ways that I think about things, the way have either come from things that Joe Rogan has said or that have come from guests that Joe Rogan has had on his podcast, if I'm being honest. So usually through Joe Rogan is how I find other ways to deal with my issues or ways to deal with T-Rup's issues or whatever it is.
Perspectives, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm all about learning people, walking in other people's shoes. Like I've blindfolded myself for 24 hours to make sure I could survive on my property without sight. Like, I'm weird.
That's smart. No, that's brilliant. That's a survival thing. So, I mean, if you think about it, if you go through the suffering of that 24 hours of kind of learning, how to live in a quiet place. Haha, a movie reference. Anyways, the point is, if you go through that suffering of 24 hours, you've put that anxiety to bed. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, I know what it would be like. I know what to do. I don't have to worry about it. That's why going back and watching, movies and things like that reruns, that's why they're calming to us, is because we already know what's going to happen consciously. So we know what to expect. It's brilliant, dude. T-Rup. Crazy. Plan W's, man, to tie it up in a neat little bow. Bringing back the king. Why would you smoke with Elvis?
So I could tell him that his impersonators, I roast them at weddings. Like, hey man, I'm puffing with you, but like your impersonators that are in Vegas right now, I fucking fry them every time they suck, dude. So I'm letting your legacy live on.
Every time they bring disrespect to your name, I let them have it.
I shit on them. That's cool. I got your back.
You'll never be a hound dog. How dare you?
Yep.
This isn't a hound dog.
Oh man. I'm glad I learned how to cut away from me, because gingers get redder when they laugh. I turn into a cherry tomato really quick, boys. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, you made it through the gauntlet. Nobody died. I think that everyone at this point in time has learned a great deal about you guys and myself. If you guys don't mind, it's time for our 30-second philosophy.
Philosophize me, baby.
Philosophizing at appropriate times in life. Let's see. Flipping through the pages. Here, let's do this. Kant's categorical imperative. This is Immanuel Kant. We were talking about him yesterday. Consistency is at the heart of morality. If I think I can deserve a certain sort of treatment, then others in the situation are entitled to that treatment too. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant argued that consistency is assured if we follow the categorical imperative. Dry mouth being a side effect of cannabis here. Act only accordingly that maximum by which you can at the same time wish that should become a universal law. If your rule or maxim could consistently be followed by everyone, then you are in no danger of doing wrong. Suppose you were thinking of borrowing money and promising to pay it back when you know you could never do so. The rule that you're thinking of following might be make a false promise if it furthers your interests. If that rule were to become a universal law of nature, something followed automatically by everyone in your situation, what would that be? What would that world be a consistent one? I.e., in this case, would it be a moral one? Well, no one would believe a promise, So promising, promise, 2 words. So promising would be impossible, and therefore you could not false promise in the first place. So the rule you were considering is not in accordance with moral law. Breaking promises is therefore wrong.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I look at it this way. it's a utilitarianism idea. Yes. Not going to deny that. But I want to go back and read the first fucking line of the whole thing. Consistency is at the heart of morality. What does that mean to you boys?
That means you have to work at being good. Just because it's the easy way doesn't mean it's the right way.
Correct.
Ooh, dude,
Correct.
that's on point. That's the on point definition.
Exactly. That's my point. If I were to elaborate on that, add a little bit, I would say this. I've failed enough in my life to know what failure looks like. Some instances, I would rather you learn from my mistake and take my advice and not ruin your shit. You know, but at the same time, don't hold me accountable for something that you did. You know, so it kind of shifts accountability a little bit, but I know that as long as I remain consistent, I'm going to remain fair. As long as I remain consistent, I'm going to remain complacent. You know, everything's consistent, man. You know, you can't have good days without bad days. Consistent to me in my mind is balance. So as long as I remain consistent, I'm always going to be balanced in life. That's the way I see it. If I had to go internally and selfishly look at that, you know? But it makes us think and flex our muscle, strongest muscle in your body, the brain, the mind. And it helps offset agoraphobia a little bit for those of us tuning in at home that you know, can't leave the house for one reason or another. But I can't thank you guys enough for sitting down with me for a couple of hours, man. It turned into a lot longer than I expected, fellas. But at the same time, like, all of it was fun, you know.
That was good,
it, man.
It was a good conversation.
Absolutely. Yep. Appreciate it, man. Josh, RUPP, thank you guys for coming on the show. Every morning, 10 a.m., y'all. Check those motherfuckers out on YouTube.
Check out
it's on YouTube.
Out.
It's on Facebook. How can they find you otherwise?
BrainJerk Entertainment Company on YouTube, Facebook, all that shit.
Instagram, BrainJerk Entertainment, BrainJerk.com. Just
follow
type in
these boys
BrainJerk
each
Entertainment
morning as they jerk themselves off and be one with the bukkake of emotions.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. All right. What's up?
Check out tomorrow live, Chef Rodney.
Yes, we're gonna be doing fucking the pillow talk. Now, with that, do you guys want me there? Like, I don't know if I can do it there. I can do it like this.
No, we can do it like this.
We can do it like this.
Because that would actually work really well for me. There was something in the afternoon tomorrow that I absolutely had to do.
It's just we won't be on Instagram. It won't be on Instagram. So the only time we go live for Pillar Talk on Instagram is when we're in studio. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. I mean, that's not an issue at all. Fuck, there was a question I was gonna ask you guys. It was fucking cool.
Oh, wasn't that?
It's cool? Gone. No, it was not that important. I guess it wasn't that important. But there is something that I do want to start doing at the end of the show, you guys. And it's just going to become a thing. For now, I got to explain to people. But I'm sure you two fine specimens of human beings will agree with me that it's kind of funny and it'll make sense a little bit later. But if you will, this is how we're going to end the show before I play the credits. But I'm going to get everybody to end the show. We're just going to end it on a good note. So I'm going to say, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And then we'll play the end. Exactly. So let's do it. In unison. 1, 2, 3. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's how we're going to do it, boys. Hell yeah. Peace!
Peace out, guys.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.